Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the practice for Biocode 1 self-empowerment. This is the time where Dr. Jill and I talk through some of the sticking points a little more and how you can apply the lessons of Biocode 1 to your everyday life. So you just learned your first biocode, which is so exciting. And Biocode 1 is the insider codes, and it's all about self-empowerment and keeping the focus on your own behaviors, which again, as part of a new way of thinking, it's solo work. And it's really easy in life to look at our challenges and say, if only they would act right, or if this would go away. But the biocode teaches us that when we focus on strengthening our own behaviors, the world around us will change and adjust to us. Dr. Jill, why is this biocode really so important to get right from the jump?
The big idea with Biocode 1 is 100% about being responsible for your life, and understanding how to do that is everything, because we talked about in the module how we're powerless to change anybody other than ourselves. But as we do get functional, life does have a way of adjusting to that. The skill set that we learn in Biocode 1, we should have learned day one. Everybody should learn how to behave under stress and how to do their part in it, because quite frankly, that's all that you can do. And as a result of not knowing how to do that, what happens is, you and I know, is we take out our point sheet and then we start looking at what we're doing versus what somebody else is doing. Well, why do I always have to be the nice one? Don't they have to? Why do I always have to take the high road? Shouldn't somebody else take the high road? Why is it always me? The reason why it's always you is because this program is only about you. It's not hinged upon anybody else other than you doing the work. That's the best part and the hardest part of the whole entire program. Nobody has to do any work other than you in order for it to work. And the hard part is, we can't change anyone other than ourselves, just our part in it. And that's where empowerment comes from. It's understanding how to lead oneself and interact in the world around us, regardless of how the world acts.
Yes, and that is one of the things that keeps us stuck, is believing that the solutions are outside of ourselves. And this lesson in self-empowerment reminds us that we are responsible for our own behaviors. We are responsible for how we show up. And we are choosing to do this program, and we're choosing to change our behaviors, and we're doing it all anonymously. Why is that anonymous piece so important to the biocode system?
Anonymous behaviors are everything. As soon as you have another person hinged on your behavior, then it becomes a negotiation. Or maybe they become your police. Well, why don't you go do your biocodes or what, right? You don't want that. What you want to do is, you want to do things for the sake of doing it, because you want to be that person. When you think about giving, whether it's giving healthy behaviors into an unhealthy situation, that has enormous value. The value of one functional person in a dysfunctional situation is so valuable. And when we take it to the metaphor of charity, in the world today, there's so many places to give, and it's really nice to give charity. And so let's just say we pick a charity. There's a lot of food deprivation going on right now. Let's say we pick a charity and we want to give to help children acquire food to eat. Well, of course we could do that, and we could write a nice check and give a charity to a cause that we could stand behind. And that's nice. And that's really nice. But you know what's even nicer? To do it anonymously. Because when you do it anonymously, you're doing it without needing the acknowledgement or the credit or to get anything back in return. Biocode 1 and all of biocoding is the same. We're doing it because we want to be that person. We want to be proud of who we are. We want to be kind and loving and gentle towards other people, even in stressful moments, because we want to be helpful. We don't want to be hurtful. And we want to do it anonymously because we don't want to, number one, make anybody feel bad for having a problem. We don't want to, number two, get them involved in our process. We want to be accountable to ourselves because that's the only place where behaviors can change anyway. Somebody from the outside policing you or you policing them, you know that never has worked and it never will work. You have to do this because you want to be that strong, be that healthy, and be that person in the stressful environment. Leading by that level of example helps yourself, lowers your stress, makes you proud of yourself, and directly and indirectly, it helps others.
I think that is another positive effect of the Biocode system. When you invest in yourself and you strengthen yourself and you walk in self-empowerment, you create a different atmosphere, energy around you. And certainly that does impact and affect other people, doesn't it?
It sure does. And it's very noticeable. I'm sure you've been, and everybody has been in situations where there's that person. The environment is very stressful and things are going off the chain. And then there's that one functional person. They stand out like the star. And we all aspire to be like that person. We all want to be the person that could hold themselves together, that could act and respond in a very kind, cordial way, even in stressful moments. Innately, we all want that. So the more you could do that for yourself and get to be that person, the more you're also going to be the mirror for other people to follow. And that is a gift. It's an anonymous gift. And you don't need credit for it, but people are watching. They're watching how you show up in stressful situations. And I promise you, you will inspire people by how much you aspire to be this for yourself.
And with practice, remember this is a practice, you will get there. Another sticking point with Biocode 1 is to get swept up into the winds of the storm. So this awareness piece is really important throughout the whole Biocode system, but specifically in Biocode 1, being aware of your behaviors and bringing that focus back to yourself is crucial to building self-empowerment. How can people really dig in and focus on improving their own self-awareness when it comes to Biocode 1?
Habitually through the years, most people see problems in front of them and they right the wrongs. That's true, that's right, that's wrong, should do this, shouldn't do this. And we're so busy jumping into problems. What you're learning now is that problems do exist, and these ideas of right and wrong absolutely exist as well. But this process of learning is the step before that. So when you jump into what we call step 2, the problem, then we have to have the keen awareness that we just bypass step 1. And step 1 is who we are in it. And every time you see that you're jumping to step 2 and bypassing step 1 and pulling the attention back to yourself is going to start to create a better habit. Meaning step 1 first is what I'm doing. Am I stable? Am I healthy? Am I centered in this? Then how am I interacting with other people? We cannot bypass self in the process of trying to help other people or ourselves. So seeing where you can't do it, seeing where you get caught into the winds of the problem or the storms or the rights and wrongs, and having that awareness piece that you were just talking about is everything, because it's in those moments where we can't do it, where we could flex that muscle. That's when it starts to strengthen, bring the attention back to ourselves, whether it's before, during, or after, it's all okay. And each time you do that, your awareness will come in sooner and a little sooner, and you'll get better and better and better at it over time. But it does take practice. It is a practice. It's not a perfect. No one's looking for perfect. We're looking to acquire these skills and these practices for ourselves first, so we can improve our life and benefit those around us.
That's it, self-empowerment. So you have learned your first biocode, Biocode 1, the insider codes about self-empowerment. You have your homework to take into the week, and we know that you can do this. We're so excited that you're here with us. Remember that an empowered life starts with you. So go out there and keep biocoding your moments, and we'll see you in the next lesson.